this isn't going to be easy. Um, so I'm just gonna do the best I can to just get straight to the point. For those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, you would see that I kind of blew up a little bit today. I kind of just exploded because with what's been going on over the last few days, just what happened today just kind of it topped the line with me. And a small part of it had to do with what happened this morning. That right there was the small straw that broke this camel's back. But perhaps the biggest thing that I could ever experience in my entire life happened to me a few nights ago. Now, the thing of it is that, when this happened and even there afterwards, it's like I was trying the best I can to distract myself from the amount of pain and agony that this whole situation put not just myself through, put my poor mother through, but also put Dexter through. For those of you guys that don't know, I have a dog. And he's more than just a dog to me. He's like a son. He's my kid. He's my little puppy. I uploaded a video once where I showed you guys how he greets me whenever I come home from work. The most innocent and cutest puppy you could ever imagine, And, the thing of it is I could never ever fathom what would happen if Dexter got hurt. But it just so happened that what I was just a simple flash in the pan kind of thought turned into a nightmarish reality a few nights ago. And the thing of it is I'm gonna try the very best I can to tell you guys this. It's not fucking easy. In fact, this is like my third or fourth take trying to convey this message properly. Because just right now, it's like there's so much going through my head right now that I could fucking snap. I could literally snap and not lose a wink of sleep over it. Because I'm that fucking furious. And I've never been furious like this before. And it fucking scares me. It scares me. Because I don't like to be this way. Because, I don't want to... Look, here's the thing. I don't want to have anything else happen because there's no fucking need, man. There's no need. And especially what happened the other night, there was no fucking need of this. So what happened okay, I was downstairs, okay? Downstairs, I just finished recording a video, I was editing it, all that stuff. And my mother was upstairs, making supper, and, getting something to eat. And then all of a sudden the heat detector goes off and starts making a loud beeping noise, right? And it gets pretty agitating. So what ended up happening was that my mother, had opened the door slightly a little bit to let some cool air in. And my mother has always done that without there being any issue whatsoever. Dexter does not have a history of running out the door. Dexter does not have a history of, of doing that. Like I can literally count, not even on one hand, okay? Not on one hand, okay? Maybe like two fingers that I've ever seen or heard of Dexter getting out of the house and running away. And just so happens, what happened the other night, he didn't necessarily run away, but something a hell of a lot worse happened. Let's just say that my once scariest nightmare that I've had actually came to fucking fruition. It actually came to reality. Because what ended up happening was that, when my mom opened up the door to let some cool air in, it just so happened that it was at that point in time that there was this woman and her pit bull that was, walking down the street that I was living in, okay? And Dexter is very friendly towards other puppies, and, he's always been that way, and, has always gotten the same sort of response back. Just an innocent little thing, an innocent little pug. Like, who the hell would want to hurt a pug? So what ended up happening was that, this was about to happen while I was downstairs. My mom chased after Dexter, and then turns out what ended up happening was that this witch's pit bull ended up getting so hair triggered. Like, okay, here's the thing. Pit bulls generally, naturally have a very short temperament, okay? Naturally, unless you train them right. And I'll tell you guys this, is that if you know how to train even a pit bull can be a fucking angel, okay? I have a coworker who's also a damn good friend of mine who knows a lot about animals. And she says that her pit bull is very friendly. Very hyperactive, yes, but very friendly. So what ended up happening was that this pit bull, who I swear to fucking God was like a bloodhound, attacked Dexter, bit him so hard and so square in the face that it ripped part of Dexter's face and almost ripped his ear off. And what ended up happening was that my mother was screaming so fucking loud that, I could hear from downstairs, and I didn't know what was going on, but I heard blood-curdling scream. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? So I slam my laptop shut. I fly up the stairs, and my mom's not in the kitchen. My mom is outside, and I'm looking around, and as soon as I see the door wide open, and I see what's going on outside, my fucking heart sank right down to my testicles. My nightmare that I once had a few years ago fucking came to life. And it's so ironic how I had a nightmare about Dexter being attacked and ripped apart a few years ago, and then just like this actually happening. Like this is like spooky fucking scary shit right now, man. And what ended up happening was that the pit bull, the bloodhound, bit down so hard on Dexter's face that it took my mom, and not even the woman could pry them apart. I had to rush outside as fast as I could, and I had to pry them apart. And when that happened, I carried Dexter in like a fucking newborn, ran into the house, and was attending to him. Thank God that he wasn't bleeding all over the goddamn place. But when you combined the shock and horror that my mother was in, she was bawling her eyes out and having a panic attack. That's my own mother. And you combine that with Dexter, aka my son, okay? I don't give a fuck if he is a dog, okay? He's my kid. He's my son. And if you fuck with my family, I guarantee you that I will be like Satan himself in flesh. You better hope that I don't find you. But see, that's the scary part, is I don't ever want to have those kind of feelings, because I'm generally a nice, easygoing person. Like, I'm scared of conflict. I'm scared to death of fighting. I don't want to have conflict because I'm scared of what I would be like if I was pushed to the point where literally the beast comes out of me, where the fangs come out. I don't, and that night was fucking traumatizing. Not just for me, not just for my mother, but especially for Dexter. Because Dexter was whimpering, he was quivering, he was shaking. And I never seen that poor puppy dog's tail tucked so far in between his legs. And from there, it's like he couldn't eat, he couldn't drink, he was scared of my mother and myself. And it was at that point in time that woman, that witch that had that bloodhound, okay, here's the thing. And this right here was what made everything so much more fucked up and complicated, was that she started freaking out. She was like, oh, I can't afford another vet bill. That's why I take my pit bull out at night. Well, I wonder why. That's because your pit bull is poorly trained. And here's the thing, okay? Here's the big thing. Is that, yeah, while some species of animals like pit bulls have naturally a short temperament, if you train your animal right, they can be like angels. And before people can doubt that, here's the thing. I have a coworker who is very familiar with animals. She owns a pit bull. And guess what? The pit bull's fucking friendly as hell. He's rambunctious, but he would never go out of his way to attack anybody. But this pit bull was without a doubt poorly trained. I could tell just from the way that it looked. And I could tell that that woman was not right in her head. She was not right in her head. And while I was inside, while all of this was happening outside, while I was inside cleaning up Dexter and tending to him, Apparently, and this right here was extremely, extremely fucked up, and even more convincing so that there was definitely something wrong here, that definitely something was suspicious that was going on, was that apparently this witch ended up throwing her chain and leash at at one of the guys that was a bystander, and yelled out, "Run, run!" And she did that as the police was coming. So I'm just trying to think right here, what the fuck is going on here? I'm hearing about all of this as, I'm trying to clean up Dexter, as I'm trying to tend to my son, who just got his face damn near ripped off. And the thing of it is that the police that was involved in this was no fucking help whatsoever. I'm just gonna say that right now, and I'm trying to be disrespectful to police in general. They're brave fucking soldiers that risk their lives protecting and governing the laws that protects us as a society. But then you got those cops that are fucking useless, that are fucking sacks in the fucking road, that won't do anything. Yeah, see, these people that were in the uniforms, I can't even properly call them police officers. I really can't. And here's why, is because they offered no help whatsoever in this situation. Sure, they prevented things from getting worse, but they did not try to make things better, okay? And see, this is the thing, is that I've been through cop college before, okay? I have a rudimentary understanding of what it takes to be a police officer, what it takes to be an officer of the law in general. And one of those ways is problem-solving skills, okay? And if you can't solve problems, then what the fuck good are you if you wear the uniform that people depend on you to be their savior, to be their light if there's actual trouble? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to be a dickhead, but I'm saying that because it's fucking true. And see, here's the thing, is that we were not provided any follow-up whatsoever of the situation. They were like, oh, well, there's nothing much that we can really do about this anyways. It was technically your fault since you had the door open and Dexter left and all that stuff. You see, here's the thing, okay? Like, the door was open not for the intent of Dexter to have free reign to run outside, because Dexter usually never ever does that. It's like I said, I can count on 2 fucking fingers when he's ever done that in the plus 2 years that I've had him. So that right there is chucked out the window. And picture this, okay? Here's a very simple analogy here for you. Picture this, okay? Is that when it comes to accidents, there's responsibility on both ends, okay? The thing of it is, to say, for example, if I'm driving, okay? And this actually happened to me before, but not the part that I'm about to tell you, okay? I have lost control of my vehicle and spun out of control and crashed and damn near fucking died. But that's not the issue. The thing of it is that if I was to lose control of my vehicle and I crash into somebody else, while the intent was not there for me to crash into somebody else, it fucking happens, okay? It's a little something called accidents, and from there, you have the responsibility to make sure that problems are solved to the best of its ability in that given time. And then, if it can't be fully solved in that given time, you do follow-ups with it, okay? You do follow-ups. It's that fucking easy. It's that simple to understand. But see, the thing of it is that days passed. We weren't given any follow-up. We were not told of this woman's address. We were not told if her pitbull, if her dog was registered, okay? 2 very important bits of detail that was completely neglected, okay? If you don't have your pet registered, then you could be fucking fined. And the thing of it is that there is so much suspicion that was wafting around the air that I am so fucking shocked that those guys that wear the uniform in that fucking situation did not pick up, okay? I'm not a police officer. I'm a fucking rent-a-cop for security at a hospital, okay? And I fucking know this shit better. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. That the woman was acting suspicious. She did not look like she was in the right of mind when, one, the first thing that she said was, "Oh, I can't afford another vet bill. That's why I take my dog out at night." Yeah, you probably wonder why that is. It's because your fucking animal can't be around other living creatures without threatening their lives. Okay? What if that was my sister? My fucking sister that your pit bull attacked. Okay? What if there was a baby that was walking with their mommy or daddy, whether it be in a stroller or, hand by hand, if they were toddlers and they were walking outside, and the pit bull attacked? What are you gonna say? Oh, well, your child should have a leash on, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. The thing of it is that, yeah, I understand there's technicalities, but sometimes you gotta throw all that shit out the window, and you got to do what's right, okay? The thing of it is that, and I want to say thank fucking God that Dexter is okay. Because what happened today was that my dog, my son, Dexter, he had surgery, reconstructive surgery to fix his face up. Because what ended up happening was that what we thought were superficial wounds turned out was the fact that these wounds were a hell of a lot worse than what we had originally had thought. Was that I found out yesterday night when I got home from work, was that Dexter's face was actually ripped open. You could see the muscle, you could see his fucking teeth through his face. And the thing of it is that my mom took him into the veterinarian today, the animal hospital, and the doctor said, and I quote, "He's lucky to have survived." So that fucking witch's pit bull, that bloodhound, could have fucking killed him. And yet she turns around and says that she can't afford another vet bill, that's why I take my dog out at night? Bitch, please. Like, there's no excuse. Especially the whole, oh, run! You see what wrongs there are here? Do you see what's going on? And the thing is that, like, I just don't fucking understand this man. Like, I don't understand. Is that, like, people who have a rudimentary understanding of problem solving have an understanding of how to put two and two together, and then like that nothing happens? You gotta be kidding me. And the thing is that, like, I thank the fucking Lord, and I don't pray, okay? I'm not a Christian. I'm not religious, and that's not to say I'm not gonna bash anybody who is. But the thing is that I pray to God. I was so thankful that Dexter was okay. But you want to know something? You know what broke my heart worse than anything else could ever in my entire life? Was that I got home today. I got home, and what was my sweet, innocent little Dexter, who would run up, wrap its limbs around my leg and start playfully humping me, and like going crazy because he misses me. He ran away. He ran away because he's fucking traumatized. He's scared because of the fact that he had surgery. He's got a neck tube and he's wearing a fucking cone, a fucking halo. And the thing is like, what the fuck did Dexter do to have that shit happen to him? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh my God. This was honestly a big fucking hard day for me today. Like, I had almost actually wanted to call home from work today to say, look, I can't come in because, like, I'm on the verge of having a fucking mental breakdown because of what happened to my son, what happened to my boy, and, couple that with the fact that my mother was so panicked and so traumatized that she couldn't walk straight back into the house. She was, like, waddling and, stumbling because she looked like she was about to fall over. She was shaking. She was stiff. And you see the amount, like, of all those things that can just weigh on a single person's mind. Not just my mind, my mother's mind, Dexter's mind. Fucking Jesus, man. This doesn't take away from the fact that I'm fucking happy that it's a miracle that Dexter survived, because I get to see my son. I get to see my boy. But I don't get to see him in the happy state. I get to see him in the very, very fearful and cowering kind of state where he's so scared that He won't even eat and drink. He won't even say hi. He won't do anything. And all for what? All for what? Because of some irresponsible motherfucker that neglects animals and probably mistreated that poor pitbull into being a vicious bloodhound that it is, that could have damn near killed Dexter, okay? It's like I said before, what if that pitbull did that to a kid, okay? What if it did that to an infant? You know? Like, it's honestly so mind-boggling how much stupidity was going on in that situation between that witch and the police. There's really nothing more to say fucking about that, man. But basically, you know, what happened today was that, like, I wanted, you know, I called my mother to make sure that she had access to, you know, the money that I was going to pay out for Dexter's surgery. And the thing of it is I don't give a fuck about money, okay? I don't care if I am broke over the next 10 years. As long as that means the survival of my boy, as long as I get to see Dexter get better and be the loving animal that, you know, I know that he will become eventually when he gets out of this, then I don't give a fuck about money. I don't care if I would be in debt over the next 10 years, okay? But, like, you know, I was making sure that my mother had everything all good. But then, you know, what the small thing that turned out was like the coup de grace. That's what made the camel's back break, because of this one piece of fucking straw. This one piece of an annoying straw known as my mother's ex. You see, my mother's ex is a middle-aged man-child who can't do anything for himself. My mother is constantly up at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning, every morning, having to wake his ass up by calling him to give him his wake-up call, and then have a second wake-up call by going over to his house and waking him up. And then from there, she gets my sister ready for school, cooks, cleans, all that stuff, and it's an endless, thankless job because she's constantly being manipulated and disrespected. But see, it would go way beyond him being lazy as fuck and having my mother basically act like a second mother to him, even though they're practically the same fucking age. The thing of it is, it would go way past that, because, you know, if there was one mistake ever made from my mother, in which it wouldn't actually even count as a mistake, but it would to him, because he's completely fucked. He's completely fucked in the head, man, because it's like he can't do anything for himself, so he's constantly relying on my mother to do everything for him. And despite all that, is that the fact that he flips out at her every single time, even when she does things right for him all the time. He's always flipping out every fucking time, and I'm sick of it. And the thing of it is that, like, it gets to boiling points, okay? Seeing my mother, okay, fucking walk home, you know, every day through the door, and seeing the state that my mother's in, you know, getting weaker and weaker mentally and emotionally every fucking day. And my mother is a very powerful fucking woman emotionally, okay? Like, she is solid as a rock. But I'm seeing that the solidity of that rock start to erode away because of years and years of this shit that's been fucking going on. And the thing of it is that I keep telling my mother, I keep telling her, fucking stand up for yourself. Be a fucking bitch if you have to. Have a spine, man. Like, stop letting him disrespect you, because you keep letting him disrespect you, he is going to see that. He's going to take advantage of that, and you're essentially going to be disrespecting yourself because you're constantly letting this shit happen. And I keep telling her this. And I'm always being told the same fucking thing at the end of it all, you know? Yes, I understand. Yes, you're smart. I understand. I get it. Blah, 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 blah. But the thing of it is that yes, you can say that you understand, but you don't actually understand unless you fucking follow through with what I'm saying and you listen to me. Yes, I understand that I'm your son. I am a generation younger than you. But that doesn't mean I don't fucking know anything. Like, I'm not that little boy anymore. I'm 26 years old. I've actually lived life, you know? I know experience. I know what things are like when it happens, you know? And the thing of it is being constantly told, stay out of it, stay out of it, stay out of it. You know, I'm like a spring. You're constantly fucking pushing me aside, right? The more you tell me stay out of it, the more you're fucking pushing me away. I'm like a spring. The more you push at me, the more I'm going to push back. And when I push back, you're gonna be fucking flung back, okay? But I'm not trying to say that to, to say, to be mean or whatever. I'm saying that because, like, no, I'm going to be your fucking sword and shield, and I'm going to fight for you because you're my fucking mother, you gave me life, okay? So it's disrespectful from my end to not stick up for you, and it's also disrespectful from your end to constantly be letting this shit happen, where you got to have a fucking spine that God gave you and stand up for yourself. And the thing of it is that, like, it got to a boiling point a few times where, I would be downstairs in my basement with my door shut, either blasting the music or I'd be doing my videos, okay? And it's kind of soundproofed a little bit down here in the basement. There's some parts here that is soundproofed because I'm on the ground level of my house, right? But anyways, with all that going on, right? And, listen, like, I'd be able to hear my mother upstairs talking on the phone, and I'm just thinking, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, let me guess, she's talking to idiot. And, yeah, sure enough, and she's constantly being berated and belittled on the phone. It got to a few times where, I just dropped everything, went upstairs, went up to my mom, and I said, give me the phone, give me the fucking phone. And I took it, and I would constantly listen to him bitch and complain, and I'm like, yeah, excuse me, you're not talking to my mother anymore, and you ain't going to be talking to her like that anymore. You got that? And of course, he would start to attempt to fight back and try and justify and be like, oh, you need to stay out of this, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck you with your staying out of this bullshit. I ain't staying out of nothing. You either respect my mother, you respect the damn ground she walks on for everything she's done for you, or you face the consequence of having to deal with a very pissed off 26-year-old young blood that, quite frankly, is like, I would risk life and limb for my mother. And the thing of it is that it would be at all costs, because my mother's my family, okay? You only have one mother. And the thing of it is, I've got only one mother, obviously. I got one father. I got one Dexter. I got one sister. The thing is, you have only one of everything in life. Protect it. And, just like this whole thing just kind of puts everything into perspective. That with everything that goes on in life versus everything that goes on the internet, you gotta really just sit down and think. At the end of the day, is all the energy and all the stress that happens and is caused on the internet, is this really worth it in comparison to what happens in real life? Yes, I understand that there's shitty fucking people out there. Yes, I know that. I've called them out, okay? One of them being Felicify. And the thing of it is that in comparison to all the shit that he's done, okay? Like, I don't give a fuck. I would rather have to deal with him a million times in my life, like, forever, than have to deal with what I've dealt with the other night for one single second. And that says a lot. But that's because of the fact that it's fucking true, okay? And the thing of it is, this is especially coming from someone who absolutely despises Felicify because of everything that he has done. And I'm aware of what he's done today, okay? But this ain't about him. Fuck Felicify. Fuck everything that has to do with the internet. This ain't about the internet. This is real life. And the thing of it is that, like, I feel like that with everything that's happened, it really puts everything into perspective. How precious life is. How you need to cherish every fucking moment that you're spending time with the people that love you, that care about you. Real life, flesh and blood. And, like, with all the stuff that happens on the internet, that's exactly what it is. It's fucking internet stuff. It's stupid. It's fucking shit. Okay? Like, in comparison to real life, I don't give a fuck about that stuff. And that's kind of one of the reasons why you've seen me upload a lot less content, over the last few days, was because of the fact that with everything that's been going on, I needed to have very long periods of rest to be able to get everything together, to be able to have enough energy and enough passion and confidence in myself to be able to make a video in my character. Because the thing of it is I would much rather have quality and upload like once a day rather than upload 3 or 4 things that was like half-assed and subpar. Because not only is that disrespectful to me and what I'm about when it comes to being a content creator, it's especially disrespectful to you guys, because you guys are subscribed to me for a reason, are you not? You guys are subscribed to me for, like, it could be anything from inspiration to quality content, things like that. And if I was to push out content that was fucking shit, wouldn't you guys feel disrespected? Like, if I was to upload a video that was very choppy, very unedited, and very, like, just very not well done, like, wouldn't you guys be pissed off and disappointed that you guys wasted all that time watching a video that wasn't even that good, that I decided to put anyways because I neglected responsibility? You know? And see, that's one of the reasons why that, like I said, that I haven't been uploading as much. Yes, I would still upload every day, but, rather than uploading multiple times on my days off, like, I spent so much time, trying to store up everything that's happened, because it's like, I wanted to wait for a time where I would be comfortable and able enough to be able to come to you guys and tell you guys about this shit, okay? Like, like, I couldn't, tell you guys right away, because I would have fucking snapped, because I was in a very, very compromised state of mind. Okay, and that was kind of one of the reasons why I was actually making videos, was because it's therapeutic. Making videos for me is not just entertaining, not just fun, not just something that I fucking love to do, not just for myself, but for all of you guys, my friends, my family, my secondary family, okay? Like, it's therapeutic for me, and, that helps, and in combination of that, playing Pokemon Sun and Moon was also very therapeutic as well. Distracting, yes, but also very therapeutic. But, just with everything that's been happening, it's like, honestly, it's like, I step back, okay? I step fucking back, and I'm just like, with all the stuff that's been happening on the internet versus things that happen in real life, is it really worth it at the end? Yes, there are people that are going to be continuous shitheads that are going to keep fucking shit posting and causing drama every fucking day because they're drama whores, because they got nothing better to do, okay? But at the end of it all, is it really fucking worth it over life and limb? Is it really worth it? No, it's not. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I put off my project video that I've worked on, when it comes to making, hopefully, my last video addressing Verlissified, which you guys gave me your blessing and gave me the green light to go ahead, as long as, I stick to being myself, okay? And I stick to just being, professional and things like that. Like, that's one of the reasons why I've been putting it off, because I'm just thinking, I needed to focus on things that actually fucking mattered. Okay, things like, my family, and things like all of you guys, providing you guys with content that actually is good, rather than trying to push out spam content that isn't good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would feel like it would be spam, because I wouldn't put my heart and soul into it. It just wouldn't be good. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this whole fucking video just kind of was like a mixture of things, and it's kind of one of those kind of videos where you could say it's like a mental decompression, right? Where I just needed to fucking talk. I needed to sit down and I just need to fucking talk. And that's one of the reasons why I come to you guys for things like this, because I've mentally decompressed plenty of times before, and you guys have been there with overwhelming responses and overwhelming help when it comes to this. Like, you guys are truly the inspiration. You guys tell me that I'm your inspiration. No. See, you guys need to look at all yourselves in the mirror, and you need to say that to your face, because you guys are the true inspirations when it comes to Mega Crash, or when it comes to just my overall existence on here. I would not exist without you guys. And the thing of it is I would not be where I am in life, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, without all of you guys. Like, I am in the best shape of my life right now. I may not be bodybuilding, ripped, and all that stuff, but I'm as strong as I've ever been, okay? I'm fucking bouncing 275, for bench press off my chest, like, 6 to 8 times for an easy set. I'm repping out 315 pounds for, like, 10 to 12 reps for my squat nights. It's like, I've never been able to do that before, and that's because you guys have instilled something that, I don't know what else in life could ever instill, but that's because there's a chemical reaction there. It's called family. It's called family. And that's why I consider you guys my family. That's why I say, we're the Mega Crasher Army. We're the Crasher community. We're the League of Knees. It's much more than just a fucking punchline. It's much more than just a fucking, label, a tag, things like that. It's because it means something to me. Same with hashtag positive vibes. It's because of the fact that I'm about positivity. I want to keep positive. And I know that talking about things like drama is not positive. And I just want to preface that to say that there's a difference between, causing drama and simply addressing / responding to it. Yes, there is a risk where you yourself could cause drama by doing it, but at least you're not deliberately starting it by making things up and slandering and attacking people. And, just with with everything right now, with everything that's been going on over the last few days, man, it just makes me just completely shut off from what's been going on online when it comes to drama, because I don't fucking care about that stuff. I don't care. Yes, I am still going to be going through with making the video, but it's going to take some time because of the fact that, yes, I put a lot of research and a lot of time and effort into my research and things like that. And yes, this is about principle because this person disrespected and attacked and threw my friends under the bus, which I am not going to have. But the thing of it is what sometimes life comes up. Sometimes things happen and things get put off. And I just want you guys to understand that things get put off, things happen. And it just so happens with what happened here with Dexter was something that I would not wish on fucking anybody, okay? Even if you were my worst goddamn enemy, I would not wish to have you feel the amount of terror and the amount of anger and just, cold-blooded venom that, pulses through your veins. I would not want to have anybody feel that way because it's a very, very sick feeling. I felt like my blood start to turn into venom. Like I wanted to hurt somebody, and I mean hurt somebody real fucking bad. And the thing is I don't ever feel that way. I don't want to feel that way because I'm fucking scared to death of feeling that way, man. Because like I said, I'm about not being about conflict. I'm about, being with positivity. I'm scared to death of conflict. Okay? Like, I don't like fighting. But it's like I said, you push me long enough, you push me hard enough, and if something happens, like with what happened the other night, that took every fiber of my bloody being to hold myself back from doing something that, would have probably changed the outcome of the situation, I'm just saying, it's like, it's not a fucking pretty feeling, and I would not wish that on anybody. And that's why in comparison to what's been going on YouTube, it doesn't fucking matter. It is literally petty. It is a flash in the fucking frying pan in comparison to, what happens in real life, okay? None of this matters, okay? None of this matters right now because I am lucky and thankful enough that my boy is alive and he had his surgery and he's recovering. He's in a lot of pain and he's refusing to take his painkillers, but we have to, give him his painkillers so he'll get better. But fuck, man, I'm just so fucking thankful that Dexter is alive and still with us today. But my God, like, I've never been more fucking anger. Like, I've never been more angry about anything in my entire life. And not just angry, but fucking furious, okay? You want to make a comparison? Here's an easy comparison for you. Picture that T-Rex from the Lost World Jurassic Park when it was drugged up and it was tranquilized and in a cargo hold and it broke out and rampaged through the city. Picture that times 10 and that you got me that night. Like, I was literally that close, like a hairline away from snapping myself. But I didn't. And that's because it wouldn't help the situation. But just because I didn't do it didn't mean I didn't feel that way. And I feel that way in any given situation about anybody that I'm close to. I'm very protective. I'm very territorial when it comes to family. And that includes you guys, okay? You guys are like family to me. You guys are like a secondary family to me. Well, yes, you guys are, from, like, I've met you guys from the internet. The thing of it is, there's chemical there. There's chemistry, Like, you guys are here for a reason. I am in your guys' life and YouTube for a reason as well. So, like, I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, with everything that's happened here, it's just like, I feel like that I got my head stuck in a fucking Ferris wheel going 1,000 miles an hour. Like, I am just so done. I'm just so fucking drained with everything that's happened. I'm drained in a good way because of the fact that, you know, now that Dexter had his surgery, I feel so much better. And especially given the fact that I got to vent to you guys, I feel so much better. And see, that's another reason why I love you guys, and that's another reason why I call you guys my family. It's because you guys allow me the time, patience, and opportunity to come to you guys and to be able to vent, to be able to say what needs to be said, okay? And, you know, like, this is honestly just, it honestly reiterates everything that, you know, I've said before, and I'm going to say again, and forever will say, that this is why I'm here. This is why I love to do what I do. It's because of all of you guys. And this is why I've gained enough confidence and trust within you guys to be able to come to you guys, you know, man to man, you know, hand in heart, and, you know, tell you guys and mentally decompress whenever things are going on in my life. So, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this video, oh my god, this video is going to be so fucking long, but I hope that you guys, you know, sat through this, and, you know, you guys, please, I want to hear from you guys. Like, I want you guys to, you know, tell me, like, what you guys thought, because I need to hear from you guys, because you guys, hearing from you guys is like medication to me. And, I'm just so fucking thankful right now that not only Dexter survived and that Dexter's alive, but I'm also thankful for family. I'm thankful for my mother, thankful for my father, thankful for everybody that's graced my life, and thankful for all of you guys as well. So I want to say thank you guys very much. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for fucking everything. I love each and every single one of you guys. Don't you ever forget that. Have yourself a good night, and I will see you guys next upload.